Big news out of Canada. Prime Minister Mark Carney just dropped a bombshell, slamming the door on US plans to absorb Canada and shaking up a $19 billion arms deal. With tensions rising, Canada is now killing its F-35 deal with the US and exploring new options. What does this mean for North America's future? Let's dive in. On March 14th, 2025, Mark Carney was officially sworn in as Canada's new Prime Minister, replacing Justin Trudeau, who had held the position for nearly a decade, and right away, Carney made a powerful statement in his first speech, addressing one of the most contentious issues between the US and Canada, the idea that Canada could one day join the United States as its 51st state. In an emphatic tone, Carney declared, "We will never, ever in any way, shape, or form become part of the United States." This direct rejection came just days after US Senator Marco Rubio suggested that Canada could prosper economically by becoming the 51st US state. Carney quickly dismissed this idea as crazy and absurd, reinforcing his stance that Canada is fundamentally different from its southern neighbor. But Carney didn't stop there. He also took aim at US President Donald Trump, calling him a threat to Canadian families, workers, and businesses. Carney warned that if Trump's administration were successful in its goals, it could obliterate Canada's way of life, especially in terms of its resources, land, and economy. He called out the US for coveting Canada's resources and questioned their long-term intentions regarding the relationship between the two nations. Yet, despite this hard stance, Carney expressed hope for collaboration with the Trump administration. While he acknowledged the geopolitical challenges ahead, Carney remained optimistic about potential cooperation in areas where Canada and the US could align. However, the overall tone was clear. The idea of Canada ever becoming part of the US is off the table. This sets the stage for a new chapter in Canada's foreign policy, one that may see the country distancing itself from US influence in favor of exploring new alliances. And this brings us to the next big development: Canada's shocking decision to reconsider its massive purchase of F-35 fighter jets from Lockheed Martin. Canada's defense policy has long been intertwined with the United States. The two countries have shared military commitments under NATO and bilateral defense agreements for decades. However, this latest move signals a major shift in Canada's approach to defense procurement, particularly with regard to its relationship with the US. The F-35 deal was signed in June 2023, with Canada agreeing to purchase 88 of the stealth fighter jets at a cost of $19 billion. The deal was a major part of Canada's defense modernization program and was meant to replace the aging CF-18 fleet. The first batch of 16 jets was scheduled to be delivered as early as 2026, but now, just months before the first batch of F-35s is set to arrive, the Canadian government is re-evaluating whether the entire fleet should be made up of F-35s. Defense Minister Bill Blair, in a stunning announcement, revealed that Canada is exploring alternative options to the F-35, particularly from European manufacturers. This reconsideration comes on the heels of Portugal's recent decision to cancel its own plans to acquire F-35s. Portugal's defense minister, Nuno Melo, cited concerns over the unpredictable nature of US foreign policy under Trump, particularly regarding restrictions on the use and maintenance of the aircraft. The decision to cancel the F-35 deal in Portugal was seen as a major shift in NATO's military procurement strategy and raised questions about whether other countries might follow suit. Let's take a closer look at why Canada is rethinking this multi-billion-dollar deal. The Saab Gripen E, a Swedish-made fighter jet, has emerged as a potential alternative to the F-35 in Canada's defense strategy. Developed by Saab AB, the Gripen E has been praised for its affordability, versatility, and ability to operate in extreme conditions, qualities that make it an appealing choice for Canada's Arctic environment. The Gripen E boasts impressive specifications. It has a maximum speed of over Mach 2, a range of around 3,200 kilometers, and can operate from makeshift runways, including regular roads. Its ability to perform in harsh environments such as the Arctic makes it an attractive option for Canada, especially given the country's vast northern territories. One of the key selling points of the Gripen is its lower cost compared to the F-35, which has faced significant budget overruns and delays. Additionally, Saab has offered to build the Gripen in Canada, which would allow the country country to maintain control over the production and maintenance of the aircraft while creating jobs and boosting the domestic defense industry. The Gripen E is also equipped with advanced avionics and weaponry, including air-to-air missiles and the Meteor missile system, giving it robust combat capabilities. With these features, the Gripen presents itself as a capable and cost-effective alternative to the F-35, especially in light of Canada's concerns about the escalating cost and complexity of the F-35 program. Canada's defense industry is a crucial part of its national security strategy. The industry contributes over 10 billion Canadian dollars annually to the Canadian economy and supports more than 64,000 jobs. Companies like General Dynamics Land Systems, CAE Inc., and Mellon Aerospace play pivotal roles in providing military and aerospace technologies. By exploring alternatives to the F-35, Canada may be seeking to bolster its domestic defense capabilities while ensuring that its defense spending remains sustainable. The Saab Gripen deal, if finalized, could also provide a significant boost to Canada's defense industry, with potential benefits in terms of technology transfer, manufacturing, and future defense collaboration with European countries. Canada has been working to build stronger ties with European defense industries, particularly in light of growing concerns over US foreign policy. This shift could result in deeper collaboration with European nations, especially those within NATO, on defense procurement and technology sharing. The implications of Canada's decision to reconsider the F-35 deal go beyond just military procurement. This move could signal a broader shift in Canada's foreign policy, as the country looks to reduce its dependence on the United States and forge stronger ties with European and other international partners. For the US, this could represent a major blow to its defense industry, particularly Lockheed Martin, which has relied on international sales of the F-35 to offset the high costs of production. If other NATO countries follow Canada's lead and back out of the F-35 program, it could undermine the global market for the aircraft and shake up the entire international defense landscape. On the other hand, Canada's pivot toward European defense companies like Saab could be a sign that the country is prioritizing self-reliance in its defense strategy. With Europe increasingly focused on building its own defense capabilities in response to global instability, Canada may see an opportunity to align itself with European partners in new way. What happens next? Well, we're likely to see growing tension between Canada and the US as this shift in defense policy continues to unfold. The reconsideration of the F-35 deal is just the beginning. As Canada continues to reassess its defense needs and explore new partnerships, it could start distancing itself further from US military influence. This could also spark a broader conversation among other NATO allies about their own military procurement strategies. Will other countries follow Canada's lead and explore alternatives to American-made military equipment? Or will the US be able to maintain its dominance in the global defense market? Want to stay updated on all the latest developments in global defense and geopolitics? Check out our other videos on End Screen.